Hello, everybody, and welcome to Turn 1. I'm Sean Fitz. Sorry for the delay there. We barely got the start time wrong. Either way, we are racing live here on a Wednesday night at Bristol, short tracking it up with the 802 Arca series here on Turn 1. Bryce Benton leads currently right now. Rob Lowell sitting P2, Jim Ott P3, Tyler Humphrey and Shawnee Barker, your top five as they work lap number 12 of 150 here tonight at Bristol. So far, these drivers keeping it pretty clean. And I tell you what, very impressed with that number 21 car and Rob Lowell. He is the admin for this group, has been all over this field trying to get this group in a spot that he can certainly highlight. There's a lot of fast talent in this field as we see that 6 of Johnny Parker look underneath Tyler Humphrey. He wants to be able to showcase that, and we are so happy he's got us over here on Turn 1. And man, what a night it's been so far. Last night's race winner, Tuesday night, that was the BG Graphics Limited Truck Series at Atlanta. The number 1 car, Brandon Coran, sitting 10th right now. Jeff Pogo right off the nose. Grant Hayne, Steve Ritter, Bill Raffard looking to have a better night tonight than he did last. Working through the quarter. Again here in Bristol, these laps are going to fly by really fast, but so far, Bryce Benton out front, 2.2 seconds over Rob Lowell, Jim Ott in the early part of this race. Again, I want to welcome everybody to Turn 1. I apologize for the delay there. If you're just tuning in, we just got rolling. I apparently mistook or misread the start time of tonight's race. Either way, we're with this group live here now at Bristol, the Great Coliseum. Turning some laps here as we're right on board with Tyler Humphrey. It is all about rhythm here at a racetrack like Bristol. You've got to get into the right headspace. You've got to get into the mentality here, the ebb and flow. It's so easy for a driver to you get out of sync right here. And mind you, these lap times are just they're right at last time by for Tyler was a 15:71. These drivers, once you get out of that mindset, out of the rhythm that you're running each and every lap here, it can take 3 or 4 laps to get back to it. So you've got to stay locked in. They're pretty much single filed out here early. And that is the best place to be at a track like this as the laps will click off here. A new car this week. You had historically seen this group running the Gen 6 machines. As we see the 39 here look underneath of Aiden Trodo and that 17 car. You've seen these drivers in the Cup car here for the last couple weeks. Tonight they had decided, or last week they decided, due to a couple issues, specifically around net code, decided to move forward with the Arca machine after an extensive test session with these drivers. And 24 folks showed up here tonight at Bristol to put on a show. Looking back here again, this is the 17 of Aiden Trodo, sitting 14th. Landon Forrester just behind him, Stephen Holmes, Jason Harrison. Back here, oh, we've got contact. Speaking of Harrison and the 64, and it looks like the 30 is going to be involved in that as well. That's Josh Slater, and that caution's going to be out. Let's go take a look here. We were just paying it to him. The 30 and the 64 come off the corner. Oh, and then those two just find each other coming down the straight there, and a lot of damage to that 64 car, and that is going to bring the caution out here at Bristol. Bryce Benton was out front 2.5 seconds over the field over Rob Lowell. It was up +4 on the night. And we're going to see some drivers come down pit road, including Bryce Benton. Lowell looks like he is going to stay out around here. Jim Ott will do the same. And maybe a little bit of confusion here of when pit road or what pit road was going to be open and where. And Bryce Benton in the box as the 21 car gets caught up. We're going to step aside for just a second and get our links posted so folks know where to find us. You're watching Turn 1. Got a lot of folks piling in here under the caution. Again, welcome to Turn 1. I'm Sean Fitz. Thanks so much for being here tonight. The 802 Arca Series moves ahead to Bristol, and it has been an exciting evening on track so far. A lot of clean racing up and down the racetrack to this point, and under the caution here coming to a close. And we saw our leader come down pit road, and Bryce Benton to the attention of his crew. Meanwhile, the 21, the 4, the 6, and the 9 all stay out. Green flag back out here in Bristol. Free and clear out front, Rob Lowell. And that 21 car is going to take the lead as he comes across the stripe here under green. Or maintain the lead, rather, especially after that restart. Jim Ott's got Johnny Barker right behind him. Tyler Humphrey as well. Side by side as they work through the corner here. Barker gets a great corner off. Humphrey actually slides the rear of that 9 car. Here comes Steve Ritter. Restarts can breed a little bit of chaos here, and right now Humphrey not in the prime position he wants to be. Ritter's going to work the outside. Meanwhile, we go out front. The 21's got some pressure. Here comes the 4 of Jim Ott on his way forward. Ott having a good night so far, hanging out here in the top 3. Lap times last time by a 15:49 for both Lowell and Ott. Equal lap times here as they're flying around this Bristol racetrack. Already lap number 37 of 150 for this 802 Arca Cup group. This battle back here with that 9, you saw him get a little sideways on the tires, a little bit on the restart. Now Bill Rivard looking to take advantage on the outside. These Arca cars here, I won't say they're a handful. These have gotten rave reviews, but you've got to keep the power underneath you. You've got to keep the car flowing, and we talked about rhythm at the top of the broadcast. You've got to stay in it. It was Humphrey here. He's going to lose some more spots out of rhythm there. After getting loose, just quite hasn't found the comfort zone as Garand and Bryce Benton squeeze by. Bryce here driving forward in this Arca car, and he has led a bunch of laps here so far, but man, he came down pit road. I thought that was going to be a detriment to him there on lap 28 under that caution, but no. He is driving forward in a, in a blistering pace. He has already raced himself up to the back bumper. Bill Rivard sitting in 5th. Now looking underneath, Rivard he's going to slot back into the top 5. He's got about a 0.7 of a second run up there to Steve Ritter. But then once he gets to Ritter, it is pretty much going to be right back to back to back here, as these leaders quite haven't gotten away from each other. The 21 continues to lead since the restart. Jim Ott just pacing behind him. Those two have been running nearly identical lap times, and that includes Johnny Barker in the mix as well. He last time by ran an identical lap time to our leader. But when your lap times are sub 16 seconds, it is so hard at times to find a little bit of a differentiating pace. As Benton gets by Steve Ritter, he is on his way forward on those new tires. Elected to come down pit road and gamble picking up those tires. And as we're working here, lap number 47, he is very well caught himself back to the front of the field. I think a lot of drivers are going to take notice here as Barker now underneath the 6. I'm sorry, of Benton underneath the 6 of Barker. Now looking to the outside of Jim Ott. What an impressive run by Bryce Benton through this field. Now going to catch right back up here to the 21. Lowell's going to take the high line here through the corner, and that's going to give the lead here back, at least, well, momentarily there anyway. Lowell was able to squeeze out. He's driving up the racetrack and then down, but the 3 is going to be the new leader last time by. The 21's going to make him work for it, but right there, Bryce Benton retakes the lead. Lap number 50 here at Bristol. We're getting a little racy back here. This is the 22, the 71, and the 1 all in this mix. It looks like Tyler Humphreys arrested that descent through the field. He's going to settle into that 10th place spot. He's got a perfect view of the battle out front here. Let's take a look. It is so easy to overdrive the corner here. And we're seeing the 9 just try to put it in the corner pretty stoutly. He does not want to lose a ton of pace as that battle out front continues to go on. That's the 71 and the 20, I'm sorry, the 71 and the 24, Michael Wolf here. And that gold and black paint scheme, that liquid death paint scheme, I like that a lot actually, that color scheme. It works well here. Meanwhile, Jeff Pogo up 2 spots, running 6 at the moment. Ritter sitting in 5th. Bryce Benton out front, and he's already broken away to 1.4 seconds, and the caution's out. Looking through the field, not quite sure where that was. Oh no, I think Steve Ritter may have been involved here. Let's take a look with the 61. It happened in front of him, and he tried to go down. Oh, the 64 gets caught up, and then Ritter nowhere to go with Jason Arison. Let's take one more look here. Arison got 3 wide. Oh, the 70 got in, and really nowhere for him to go. Ugh. And then Ritter, unfortunately, getting involved in that as well. So Benton's going to stay out on track. We're going to see everybody else come down pit road. That's going to include the 21, the 4, the 6, the 22, the 24, and others visiting pit road here. Meanwhile, Benton's going to stay out because he came down last time. Jeff Pogo, Brandon Garan, Brent Hain, Tyler Humphrey, Grant Humphrey, Tim Rogers, Stephen Holmes, and Ty Dickinson all elected to stay out. We'll add Landon Forrester to that list as well. We're going to step aside here for just a moment. We're going to collect our thoughts. Welcome to everybody on YouTube and Facebook. Thanks so much for tuning in. You're watching Turn 1. Getting ready to go back. Green flag racing here. I show Bryce Benton remains in the lead. Jeff Pogo, Brandon Garan, Brent Hayne, your top 10, or your top 5 rather. Scoring showing a little off, and I think they were trying to get that sorted out. Landon Forrester right now showing at the top of the board. That is, I don't think that's correct. We're going to let that, see if that cycles through. Meanwhile, the 3 and the 30, I'm sorry, the 3 and the 97 get rolling. Green flag back out here. Bryce Benton gets out front, gets it rolling. The 97, the 71, the 1 gets single filed out. Meanwhile, here comes that 4 car of Jim Ott, making some moves on the outside. Able to do, though, the 1 and the 22 getting a little tight there through the corner. Tight quarters here as they come off of turn 2. Meanwhile, Bryce Benton is driving away from Jeff Pogo, who's moved into the second place spot. Jim Ott, Bill Rivard here. All these drivers coming down pit road this last caution. Rob Lowell in that mix as well. These newer tires starting to play a factor here. Pogo did not come down pit road. He's electing to save that set of tires that he has. And just quickly taking a look here at my notes. Let me get that pulled up real quick. We are all sorts of out of it here tonight. Yep, 2 sets of tires in the pits. So that's something to think about with Bryce Benton. He did come down pit road earlier tonight, and he has he's got those newer tires. So that is something to think about here. In that he's only got one set left in the pits, while somebody like Jeff Pogo is not coming down pit road just yet. Neither has Brandon Garan, Brent Hayne. Those drivers are all in the top 10. It's certainly going to be a factor here. The 42 car, it is chaos back here, a traffic jam. That's the 1 and the 42 of Hayne and Garan. Thomas Eskew, Ty Dickinson back here caught in this traffic as well. Michael Wolf, Tim Rogers, Grant Humphrey. He's got a good seat to all the action. Oh, and let's ride on board with him in that 48 car as he has to navigate through this 2x2 action here at Bristol. The caution out here, and looks like that may have involved Eli Raposo. Let's Eli, yeah, he has stopped down there on the apron, got that 72 car spun back around. Let's take a quick look, find out what happened here with Raposo. Right off the bumper of the 48. Oh, just got in there a little hot, a bit of a checkup, and then was able to hold it off of everybody. So kudos to Raposo there for getting that sorted out. As There we go. Back out front. And I think this is, again, them trying to cycle out this running order. Landon Forster on scoring shows he's in the lead at the moment. I'm not sure what that looks like. Bryce Benton now going to be scored your leader. Jim Ott, Bill Rivard, Rob Lowell, Tyler Humphrey, Thomas Eskew, Johnny Barker, Michael Wolf, Ty Dickinson. Your top 10 here as we're live on turn 1 for Wednesday night Arca action here with the 802 League at Bristol. Taking a look here at the schedule. Keep in mind, like I said, you've seen this group on Wednesday nights have been pulling in the Cup car, electing to switch it up here for the 3rd race of the season. So going Arca racing here from here on out. And after they're done at Bristol, they're going to head to New Hampshire. I've been to New Hampshire on turn 1 in some time. It's going to be a good time to see that go down. And then August 12th, we go to Michigan, and then Watkins Glen, and then Charlotte at the Oval night. So a lot of racing action coming up here in the next many months. We're with this group until October 7th in the season wrap-up down in Miami Homestead. It's going to be a good time. Make sure you get connected with us anytime, or get connected so you can watch us anytime live here on Turn 1. Hey, Anthony, yeah, it is. I've posted it in a couple different places. I see you over on Facebook. I posted it in Discord and whatnot. A little bit of confusion here if the broadcast was going to be live, but that's all on me because, well, we did not recall the start time here tonight, an hour earlier than last night, well, a calendar needs to be updated. So we get ready to go back green flag racing here. Benton hot into the restart zone. Get us back rolling, and we got a car blinking in and out there just a little bit. I think that was Michael Wolf. They get it sorted out, but it's 2x2. The 3 car did not get fired off there. Well, Jim Ott's going to get around on the outside. That 4 car able to leverage those newer tires and get around on the restart. Here comes Bill Rivard as well. Rob Lowell gets by Bryce Benton on his way backwards. The 9 of Humphrey. We saw him have some trouble getting off the corner. And a little of that, a loose condition on that 9 car. Now he is looking at the bumper of the 3, trying to squeeze by as Benton's going to get down on the bottom of the racetrack. We've seen him monster run his way through this field. Now that he's back in the groove, right there on the bottom of the racetrack, can he get back in that rhythm? Meanwhile, Jim Ott leading laps here tonight at Bristol. Bill Rivard just behind him off the bumper. As we're past halfway, or closing up here past halfway on tonight's Arca action at Bristol on turn 1. Taking a look here at the point standings. Another thing to really think about is this season's early, but it's a diverse schedule. Right now, Brandon Garand, Andrew Chapman, Jeff Pogo, your top 3 in points. Garand, what a run for him he has had. Won last night. He's already won a race in this group as well. Having a pretty successful last few weeks. He's got a 25-point lead on this field at the moment. Right now, he's sitting back there at 15. A little bit of traffic to contend with, but he came down pit road for the first time, lap 71, so he's going to have some tires in the pits available to him. I am sure we are going to see him leverage that advantage when the next caution comes out, and it's Bristol. It is going to happen. I was talking to Rob and Brandon, and they mentioned, Bristol's going to be Bristol, but it's some tough racing here at times, but man, so far putting on some exciting green flag action up and down the racetrack. The 42 and the 71 are going to follow each other by here. That's Humphrey again on the bottom. That's 71 wrapping that outside. That's Brent Hayne. Thomas Eskew side by side. Haynes going to get by the 42. The 9's going to try to do the same there with Humphrey. And they get by. Eskew is going to fall back to 9th here. Go back up front. Remember, we saw that dominating run of Bryce Benton on those newer tires as the 6 gets into the bumper of the 3. And, big impact with Johnny Barker there. And that's going to bring the caution out. Let's take a look here. The 6 gets into the 3. I don't think that was quite intentional. And then I think Barker just got back into it pretty hot. The car got loose. And unfortunately, that's going to spin him out here and bring the caution out. Here on lap number 88, a mix of tire strategies. Let's talk about it. Ott, Rivard, Rob Lowell. Your top 3, they have not been down pit road, or they last down pit road lap 57. Bryce Benton, this is actually perfect for him because he's going to get a chance to get back on the same tire strategy or close enough. He came down pit road lap 28. He was practically the only person in the top 15 to come down at that point. So we will see what he elects to do. Brent Hayne, a lap 71 taker, so no matter what, I suspect we will see the 71 stay out right now. So a mix of tire strategies so far coming to fruition, but it's the Jim Ott show. Leading laps here at Bristol while we're under caution here for the 4th time tonight on turn 1. Taking a look at some of the biggest gainers here tonight at Bristol. Thomas Eskew, we've been talking about him. We were watching that battle that he had with a couple different drivers there with the 71 and the 9. He right now our top of the board in terms of biggest gainers. He's up 9. The 5th or plus 15 on the qualifying order. Alan Harris, Tim Rogers, Bill Rivard's up 7. Rob Lowell's up 3. Bristol can be a hit or miss track in terms of being able to gain a ton of time, a ton of opportunity. It's going to require a lot of strategy at times to not only get passes done here on track, but get them on pit road as well. This track is pretty 2-lane dominant. You're not going to see a lot of 3-red racing here at this very short half-mile racetrack in East Tennessee. But what you are going to see is a lot of fast lap times, a lot of head turning as they crank these laps off in sub 15-second fashion. Jim Ott's going to take the outside line. He's going to get into the restart zone and gets rolling. Green flag back out. That jump on the outside has also got the 3 on the move. He's going to slot back into second place. Rivard here settled into 3rd, and then this 9. The grit of Tyler Humphrey has got to be something to be studied between him and the 21. These two all over each other's door. Humphrey up here battling into this top 5, wants to stay in this top 5. We have seen him be up and down the running order, falling all the way out of the top 10 at times now. Not letting that 21 go. Looking back behind him, this is the 97 and the 71. These two following kind of right in line with the traffic in front of them, 2 by 2 out front, and the caution's out. See if we can figure out what happened here. Oh, I saw it. Oh, no. Grant Humphrey in the 48 car. Had that machine backed into the outside wall. Let's see if we can find out what may have happened here with the 48. Right there on the bottom, just off the nose of Brandon Grant. I thought I saw that coming. The 48 trying to slide up the racetrack ever so slightly. Both those drivers competing for that same spot on track, but ultimately the 48 not clear, and that's going to bring the caution out here for the 5th time. On lap number 96, we're going to go back green flag racing with 50 to go here at Bristol. You're watching Turn 1. They get ready to go back green flag racing. Let's take a look at the points coming into this evening. Brandon Grant out front, 22 over Andrew Chapman. Jeff Pogo, Olmenthal, Evan Fuqua, Jason Harrison down by 47. But remember, this is just race number 3 for this group. Plenty of time for them to make some gains, make some hay, as they say. Still very early in this 802 Arca series, which you can find all season long right here on Turn 1 Wednesday nights at 8:15 Eastern here on Turn 1. Jim Ott, Bryson Benton out front, getting ready to go back green flag racing here. Coming to lap 100. That 4 car with another really good jump. Rivard was tied to the bumper of the 3, but didn't quite get rolling. Here comes Rob Lowell rolling the outside. The 21 right to the door of the 3 car. And he's going to slot into that 2nd place spot. This is an impressive run with the 21 here as Pogo, Benton, side by side, the 71, the 22, all battling one another here. These restarts, a great opportunity for these drivers to get spots. And that's why you're seeing them go after every opportunity or every chance they can. Keep in mind, most of these drivers still have at least a set of tires down pit road, as we see Garand. He was involved in that incident here just a few laps ago. He is still sitting in that 10th place spot. Has Alan Harrison, the 99, on the bumper. And, yeah, I tell you, Garand won last night. Oh, we got a big wreck happen right in front of him. It's Tyler Humphrey. That's the 24, also involved with Michael Wolf. Oh, I see several cars tangled up in this. It looks like Aiden Trado's got involved. Evan Fuqua also involved in this accident. Let's quickly take a look here with the 9 and the 24. Moving up, not quite clear there. And then I think Trado down at the bottom just spins out all by himself. He was trying to avoid that accident and stayed out of trouble there. Able to pull it down to the bottom of the racetrack. Let's take a look at what happened potentially here with a 70. He goes down low. Oh, okay. Yep, perfect. That was just him trying to avoid all that accident up there. We were just talking about how Garand had a nice, it didn't really seem like he was affected too much by that caution, and then it all happened, unfolded right there in front of him as we've got folks coming down pit road to the attention of their crew. Jim Ott out front. Taking a look here at the lap times over the last 5. It's really, Jim Ott has been impressive. He's been the fast here. Obviously he's got a caution lap in there, a 19:25 for him. Jeff Pogo, Brent Hayne, Rob Lowell, sitting back there. It looks like he may have came down pit road, and Bryson Benton all showing fast lap times over the last 5 laps or so. Let's take a look here. Where did the 21 go? Mr. 21, you are back there, and he did just come down pit road. That's correct. So Rob Lowell, Bill Rivard, Tyler Humphrey, Ty Dickinson all coming down this time. Johnny Barker, Stephen Holmes down pit road. Evan Fuqua's gone a lap down. He's going to be out there running, though, as we've got 19 cars on the lead lap here. Remember, these drivers came into tonight. This is a fixed setup league, so that's something they've got to think about. You can't really adapt the setup to their drive or to the car handling. You got to adapt your driving style, and then you've also got strategy to think about. Only 2 sets of tires in the pit. Some of these drivers just took their last sets of the night. You've got what you've got for what will ultimately be about a 40-lap run to the end here. That 4 car has had some really strong restarts. Pay close attention to that 71. Ott's going to be on the inside this time. Let's see what Brent Hayne can do on the inside as well. Green flag back out. The 71 doesn't get rolling. That's going to let the 3 get by. Meanwhile, Ott has got Pogo on the outside. It's going to be a battle side by side with the 97 and the 4. Pogo able to get clear. On the outside, new leader, Jeff Pogo. Ott's going to slot into that second place spot. Haynes going to stay tough there on the inside. Keep in mind, Bryson Benton has not been down pit road since lap 28, so he has still got a set of tires in the pits, but he's fallen through the field fast. The 88 car of Tim Rogers looking to squeeze by half a car length out front. He's going to get clear. Here comes Garand. Meanwhile, Pogo out front, free and clear over Jim Ott, 0.3 of a second. Brent Hayne, Tim Rogers, and then Brandon Garand, your top 5. Bryce Benton. Settled into that 6th place spot in that 3 machine. While we've got an opportunity here under green flag conditions, let's crank it up a little bit. Listen to these Arca cars muscle their way around Bristol. Caution out here again. It looks like it's Raposa. He's got that car looped around. Eli cannot catch a break here tonight. Let's see if we can find out what happened. Oh, no, and I think we've also got some involvement with the 21. Let's take a look. 72 all by his lonesome here. Oh, no, actually, he not. Oh, the 90 car. Nowhere to go. The hole opened up. That was Stephen Holmes. Just sideways across the stripe, nowhere for Raposa to go. Let's take a look at Rob Lowell. What happened here to the 21? I show he got logged an incident. Oh, Lowell just gets over-rotated in the entrance of the corner, but gets it locked down. Not going to lose a ton of positions here. The caution actually was out as he spun. Yep, I do believe he's going to get a good bit of those spots back. Either way, we've got action on pit road. Bryce Benton is there. Brent Hayne is also on pit road to the attention of his crew. Jeff Pogo, Jim Ott, Brandon Garand all coming down pit road. Bill Rivard electing to stay out. He came down pit road on lap 105, so he's got a couple laps on those tires as we're working lap 119. Want to take a quick moment here and thank the I'm sorry, thank the there we go. I got to get all my stuff pulled up here. There we go. That Stone Automotive Group for coming on board, and Middlebury, Vermont for sponsoring this group here each and every week on Turn 1. We appreciate them being great partners of the 802 Arca Group. I would also be remiss if I didn't say you want to come racing with this 802 league. They're running 3 or 4 nights a week. They're running Tuesday nights for the trucks here. We've got 4 races to go in that season, and then this race season just kicking off. We're going to run all the way through October. Head on over to Facebook. Do a search for the 802 iRacing League on Facebook. Get connected. Go racing with the 802 Racing League. All right, so we've got a new leader out front in Bill Rivard, Grant Humphrey, Michael Wolf, Mason Hall, Tyler Humphrey, your top 5. New tires in the field. Gonna shake some things up there, running outside the top 10. Rivard going to that outside line. Into the restart zone. Holds them back a good bit. They get bottled up. Lowell gets into the 9. This all started with the checkup on the restart. No caution. There it is. Unfortunately, some fast drivers, the 1, the 6, the 71 involved here, and this was due to that outside line just not quite rolling the way I think they would have expected to happen. Let's take a look. Right there, right into the 97. Actually, was happening in front of them. They were 3 wide there for a moment. Let's, where else can we get a decent view of this really quick here? Rob, let's take a look at you, my friend. It looks like you were in the thick of it there. Oh, yep, that is, yeah. There was just really nowhere to go for a lot of these guys, and that outside line just did not fire very well. That's going to bring the caution out here. They're going to go back green flag here with about 23 to go, 24 to go. Rivard, Wolf, Humphrey, Hall, and Ott, your top 5. Remember, Ott just came down on that lap 118 caution. We'll have to keep close tabs on that 3 car. Bryce Vinton, that driver came through this field on a tear about 60 laps ago, and he's got some new tires. It looks like Mason Hall is going to come down pit road, so the 3 is going to gain another spot. It's going to bring him into the top 5. He's got the new tires. He's only got to beat Jim Ott, who's going to start on the row in front of him. Otherwise, he's got the best tires in the top 10, or the top 5 rather. We'll see how this all shakes out for him. Jeff Pogo, you can't count him out either. Just coming down pit road here. Just a few laps to go. Rob Lowell's actually looks like he is going to stay out. Looks like the 21. Rob feels confident that car doesn't have a ton of damage on it after that entanglement there on the restart. So we're going to get another one here in the books in just a moment. Rivard out front. He's going to go to the high line. Wolf, Ott, Humphrey, Benton, your top 5. Rivard gonna restart on that outside line. Let's see what that group does here. He's gonna take them into the restart zone. That green spot on the wall, we'll see where he gets rolling. And the green flag is out, and more carnage up front. And again, on this restart, I see the 97 involved, the 24, the 9. I think the 42 just had that damage, but man, again, on this restart, let's take a look here. I take that back. That 42 did not have that damage. Lowell's getting involved there. He was in the 17. Heartbreak for a lot of these drivers who wanted to come in here and be quick tonight. Let's see if we could take a look here. I want to see what this sort of happened. Let's take a look. You see the leaders out front. And then I'm not sure what happened to the 24 there. We'll take another quick look. What may have happened here. Oh, the 4 of Ott moves down and then just catches the 24, and then that pretty much is a cascade effect through the field here. Starting to make a little more sense there as Rivard, Ott, Benton, Rogers, Lowell, your top 5. As we work caution number 9 on lap number 129 here on turn 1. We're going to step aside here for just a second. We'll catch our breath. Get ready to come back for what will amount to be less than 20 laps to go here at Bristol. Rivard on that outside line, the 4 Jim Ott, your front row. Pay close attention here to that 22 and the 4. These restarts. Been a little tough with this group. The last 2 opportunities into the restart zone. You're going to see the green paint on the wall. Watch the 22 here. The green flag back out. Rivard gets out front. Tim Rogers challenging on the outside of the 4. The 3 of Bryce Benton. We talked about him. He's going to make his drive forward here, but really nowhere to make the pass yet. He's going to have to play it smart here. He's also going to have to take his opportunities when they come to him, because the laps are going to fly by quick. Benton now looking underneath the 4, not going to be able to do anything with it right there, but he's going to have the drive off into the corner. The 4 is going to move down, take that lane away from him as they come across the stripe here. 16 to go. Looking back through the rest of the field, they get mostly single filed out. This battle right here with the 17 and yeah, that's the 17 and the 17, or the 17 and the 67 rather, of Ty Dickinson. We go back up front, that 3 still working that left inside quarter panel of the 4. Rivard not quite pulled away, but he's liking what he sees in the rear view. Those 2 continuing to battle it out. With the 4 and the 3. Looking back through the rest of the field, not a whole lot of action you're missing. Now, though, the 3, the door is open there. Can he drive it to the inside? He does. Doesn't quite make it stick, but he put it to the inside of the 4. Looking back through the field again, mostly single filed out. You're not missing any action anywhere else across the racetrack. We'll continue to watch this battle for the top 3 as they start to pull away for the rest of the field. That 3 again glued to the left rear bumper as they come across the stripe here. 8 to go. Rivard starting to feel the pressure. Here comes the 4 of Jim Ott. Side by side for the lead. As they come to the stripe, 7 to go. The 3 cars right here in the mix as well. Benton's going to follow him through. Or try to follow him through here as the lap car goes down to the bottom of the racetrack. A little bit of door banging. Coming across the stripe, 6 to go. Rivard under fire. Here comes Jim Ott. They continue to rub fenders here. 5 to go at Bristol. This lap traffic of the 97 is going to be a factor. Ott's going to use him as a pick. Rivard's going to take him 3 wide. Big wreck. Bill Rivard goes around. No caution. Jim Ott. Bryce Benton. The battle for the lead here. New tires. Oh, sorry, both these drivers on equal tires here. Benton's been quick. He's led laps. Side by side for the lead. 2 to go. Not a lot of lap traffic here for Ott to use. Benton's going to use that outside line. He's going to rotate it through the corner. The white flag is out. One more time around. Free and clear the 3. Jim Ott is going to lose it here with about a lap and a half to go. The 3 car, Bryce Benton, wins at Bristol. Jim Ott's going to bring home P2. Tim Rogers is going to pull out a 3rd place finish. Brandon Garan, Brent Hayne, your top 5. As we wrap it up here at Bristol. We're going to step aside for just a moment. We'll bring you some post-race coverage, talk to our winner in that 3 car. You're watching Turn 1. That 3 car burning it down here on the front stretch of Bristol. An eventful night for a lot of these drivers, but he's able to bring it home in winner's circle. Jim Ott's going to bring home 2nd. Tim Rogers, Brady Garand, another solid finish here to his season. And going to continue with that points lead as he leaves Bristol here tonight. Finished 4th. Brent Hayne is going to finish 5th. Alan Harris, Mason Hall, Rob Lowell, Grant Humphrey, and Aiden Trado. Your top 10 is this 802 Arca group. Bringing it to a close here in Bristol next week. Refresh my memory one more time. I do believe we are headed to, you know what? Let me just, before I even speak out of turn, we are headed to New Hampshire here in just 1 week's time. You can catch every lap of that here 8:15 Eastern, 7:15 Central next Wednesday night on Turn 1. Still waiting for our top 3 to hop in so we can get a moment to chat with them. A lot of excitement up and down the racetrack for a lot of these drivers, and a lot to celebrate for some. Let's grab race winner Bryce Benton. Bryce, congratulations! That 3 car looked impressively faster tonight at Bristol. What have you got figured out?
Yeah, the 3 car definitely was very fast. The car was definitely really good. It was definitely a tough race. I do it really fast, but I kind of messed up the strategy early in the race and pit when everyone else stayed out, so I was kind of behind on a tire set for a while, so I had to just stay out like a while on old tires. So but then I was able to eventually pit and get on the same strategy as everyone else, and we were able to somehow pull off the win. That was an awesome finish. That was a lot of fun, and I hope it was fun for you guys to call and for everyone to watch.
Yeah, it certainly was. Those runs through the field, it was pretty impressive. It looked like that outside line was the place to be here with this hotter track conditions. Did you expect to see that coming into the night? It looked like both lanes could work, but that outside line ultimately prevailing for a lot of passes here.
Yeah, for me, I really like the bottom, just the yellow line. That's where I was kind of running. It felt just a lot better on my tires. But yes, the top was definitely better for passing. I was trying to get to the top of Jim there for a while. I was kind of surprised, like whenever I got to top of him, like late in the race for the pass to the win. I was kind of surprised I was able to get there. I feel like it was kind of harder to get the top to work late in the race for whatever reason, but it still was the place to be if you could get there. And it was definitely interesting. I kind of expected it to be a little bit more bottom heavy, but or I don't really know the right term for that, but I expected it to be more like a more bottom than anything, but top did definitely work.
Well, Bryce, listen, obviously the fastest car on track here tonight, and ultimately the mix-up with the strategy played in your favor. Congratulations on the win here at Bristol, and hopefully we get to talk to you again real soon.
Yep, thank you.
And with that, we will grab our second place, that number 4, Jim. Jim, I apologize. I think I interrupted the conversation there. Listen,
what's up, man?
A top 3 out of all of this chaos here. This racetrack looked like it was a handful, hot conditions, high horsepower in these Arca cars. Walk me through your night in the 4.
It was wild, man. I first and foremost apologize for whoever got involved in my wheel spin off that last second to last restart. Man, I hate it for those guys. But yeah, all night, man. Good fight, staying up front, had good track position, good pit strategy, and yeah, man, the track was rolling really well for me. It was ripping, man. It was a lot of fun tonight.
Jim, I know this group obviously going through the car change from Cup to Arca. It just seems like this is going to put on a better show, and it's easier to handle for a lot of it makes more sense. The car just handles so much better. What's your take on that and the setup here with obviously the weight and the horsepower gains in this Arca machine?
Yeah, love the difference, man. I love these Arca, with the additional horsepower. You're able to drive it off the right rear a little bit more. That favors me. I'm not a big heavy braker, man. I'm able to, rotate with that it's huge. It's going to make for really good racing all year. I'm excited to see what it does for these intermediates, and I think it's going to allow for multi-groove and just good tight racing.
Jim, next week we head to a track that is almost completely different, a flat, a little bit longer racetrack, more paperclip-ish kind of, but a little bit more length than New Hampshire. What do you got for him there?
Great track for me. Looking forward to it, man. It's always been just a good tempo track, kind of like Bristol, and I think we'll be just fine.
Jim Ott finishing P2 here tonight at Bristol. Jim, thanks for the time tonight.
I thank you, Sean.
And with that, we will grab Mr. Rogers here. Tim Rogers finishing third tonight. Tim, congratulations. One of the biggest gainers of the night, up 17 spots. Walk me through your evening and able to muscle your way up there in that 88 car.
Well, I blew it in qualifying. I pushed it out of 4 coming to the end of the first lap, and that just kind of screwed me. So the strategy going in was just to not kill the right front because this car was tight. And yeah, those first couple laps after the green flag, I just backed it down and let those guys fight it out and just sort of went with the flow of the race. I knew you pit once, you're pretty much good on fuel. So it was just sort of down to like tire strategy, gaming the tires. And I think with a stroke of luck, I put it together pretty well and actually completed a race and didn't wreck out. So I'm happy.
Tim, you mentioned that tire strategy being a factor here tonight. Obviously, fuel not so much. What was the difference in those new tires versus old here at this racetrack, especially with this higher horsepower package?
It really was, in this race in particular, just being able to rotate around the corner. I mean, once that right front went, after, say, like 15 laps or so, if you weren't saving, it'd be impossible to even use multiple lanes. Like the high side would just be completely out of your playbook to use, so you're just a sitting duck pretty much, and it was down to track position too played into it. So it was down to like whatever you wanted to do, just you had to make sure you were on the good end in the future. You had to plan for the future that you would eventually start up front, or if you're going to start in the back, that you had better tires than the guys in front of you.
Well, listen, congratulations on a solid finish, a well-earned finish, like you mentioned, being able to survive one here at a difficult racetrack. Next week, we go to New Hampshire, and hopefully here on up, the luck's turned around.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. New Hampshire is one of my stronger tracks on the service, so I'm hoping just for a good race, keep it clean, and maybe I'll talk to you again.
Absolutely. Tim Rogers finishing third here tonight at Bristol. Tim, thanks.
Yep.
And with that, we're going to wrap up race coverage. Tomorrow night, the NCA11.org limited group takes on here on Turn 1. You'll see those guys live 9 Eastern, 8 Central here on Turn 1. On behalf of the league admins, I'm Sean Fitz. Thanks so much for the time. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow night for more racing action. Bye-bye, everybody.